is your secret to working hard during the week, making the most of the weekend?
The best things to see, to do, and to eat in Korea on the weekends. We got it all for you on
What's Up Weekend?
with Alex.
Do apologise for the silly voice.
Never
there,
apologize.
Alex.
Be proud of that.
It's just that music was the backing track to this kids' art programme with a very silly presenter, I remember, on the BBC. So that's the vibe I get from it. Have you had a good week since we saw you last? Solo.
Yeah, wow.
What was that weekend like? Anything fun?
Now I'm trying to remember. So much has happened, I guess, since then. This week, I was in Busan for work.
Oh, wow. Lucky you. I want to go to Busan for work.
I know. Again, it wasn't fun, like a fun trip per se.
Okay,
but it's great
just
to see the ocean.
Yes,
like
that's
just
what I
to
want.
visually see it was like amazing.
I haven't been to Busan in I think 3+ years.
Wow.
How's Busan doing? Is it all right?
It's still kicking. I guess it's pretty empty.
How did you get there, by the way? Train or plane?
It was the first flight I took since November of 2019.
Oh, that's at least a bit exciting. What are the planes like? Are they busy?
I mean, there were empty seats by me, but it's because I was going to Busan while everyone was returning from the holiday.
Oh, I see.
So the trip to Busan was pretty empty. And then the trip back was pretty empty because it was the weekday.
I see. I would
really
love...
cheap. You know, it costs like, I forget, it was like 14,000 won to go there.
What?
Yeah.
Including taxes?
Including taxes.
What?
Yeah, I'm not even... KTX can be like 50, which I think is a great deal.
Yeah.
But if you get the right, like, super saver, whatever they call it, deal, it's like nothing.
I just want to go maybe after the show just to go on a plane.
To just go to dinner.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, to get to the hotel I was staying at, the taxi was more expensive than the plane, and the taxi was 20 minutes.
Oh, goodness gracious. The taxi more expensive than the plane. Yeah, often to get from the station or the airport down to downtown, if there's traffic, it can take a while, but it will be, more expensive than 14,000. You're right. That's crazy, isn't it? Aaron, who's just come to Korea recently, I think he's finishing his quarantine right now before staying for a year, asks, is Busan the must-go-to beach?
Yes.
You're a big East Coast fan, aren't you, Alex?
I think the East Coast is better, but I think it's more iconic. Like, you have to go to Busan for a lot of different reasons. I think the food, they do it better in Busan. They've got a bigger fishing industry there. Yeah,
massive fish market as well.
Yeah, even on the East Coast, depending on where you go, it's kind of fresh fish compared to Busan, which is like right off the boat.
Super fresh. Chagalchi market, fish market, I think is the one. And yeah, I'd say, Aaron, if you're here for a year, you can take in the East Coast and Busan. Do a little tour all down the East Coast, down to Busan. I did that in my first summer here. That was so fun.
I will say, of it though, there are a few beaches in Busan. My favorite is Gwangali.
Little less commercial than Haeundae.
Haeundae if you want the crowds. Gwangali if you want less commercial but still conveniences. And then something like, what was it, Seongjong is like out of the beaten path, like a family kind of setting.
If you want it a little more quiet, right?
So yeah, Busan, if you're choosing between Busan and the East Coast and you only get one chance, I would go to Busan because there's so many more things to do.
Yeah, the big city as well.
But it depends, like, do you want city or mountains, you know?
There you go, Aaron. Ask us anytime for anything extra.
Anything.
And we'll give you the info. The what do we call it in American? Don't you say the 411, is it? What do you...
Yeah, I guess so. The 411. We do say that.
I don't know what
I've been out of America for so long, and that would make no sense to anyone in Korea.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I should stop trying to be American. Today's hashtag, Alex, is resolution or kyoshin, which is kind of between decision and resolution. But we're talking about those apps apparently that help you with your resolutions, like to get up at 6 a.m. You do it as a group.
Let me see here.
You put money in a pot and then you can claim a prize from it. Is there anything you're resolving to do? Have you seen those apps at all?
I do have an app that's something to do with focus, that it kind of shuts down the rest of your phone.
Oh, wow.
While you can't answer messages. The concept is like you plant a tree, but if you break that, if you start messaging other people, then it turns into a dead tree on your little plot.
It's not very nice, is it?
That's why it helps you focus for 60 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever.
Have you been using that recently?
Recently, no, but I was using it in January a lot. I forget why this month I haven't used it as much. But yeah, the problem with apps is they're shiny objects.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to talk about resolution as the hashtag, like using an app is great for short-term stuff. You know, doing bets with your friends and family is great for short-term. But if you really want long-term, it's got to be more of a purpose-driven thing. I think, you know, at our age, we kind of start to get that. Like, if you want to raise a good family, you can't just take them to get ice cream once. You have to want to take them to get ice cream. You have to want to make them happy. And the same goes with, you know, for me, if it's music, if it's work, you have to kind of really want it. And that's what I've learned. But that being said, sometimes we need those little short-term motivational things to keep us going.
Absolutely. Like the lovely little brownies that were sent in from our listeners.
Yes, thank you. I already had mine. Thank you so much for sending that. That was my breakfast.
You've gobbled it down. A good balanced breakfast of chocolate and brownie. Today, before we get onto the battle, we've got to show the punishment video.
Finally, I was waiting for this.
I did it just before the show, and I regretted that. I should have done it yesterday and had time to recover.
You did it this morning?
Yeah, here it is. So, spinning and drinking a glass of water.
Oh, my gosh.
A la Peter Bint. So, this was in the studio.
This is dangerous.
10 elephant spins. It was trickier than I remember. I haven't done this for years, to be honest, an elephant spin.
Well, your hand's supposed to go down if you can, but that's okay, because I don't want you hitting anything.
Yeah, I was in a confined corner of the studio.
Oh, yeah, true.
8.
Oh, there's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get a bit uneasy on my feet.
And then drinking a
big glass of water. Look how big that is. It's huge.
Oh, my God.
No, it's just a shot, but...
Wow. I haven't done that for years.
I will say that the dizziness is not bad, but drinking a glass of water, I've never done that part of it. You feel sick, like physically
I don't think I want to do that anymore.
No, don't do that part. Do the spinning, that's fine.
I think in college we drank something else. Can't remember what it was, though.
Yeah, I think that would make you rather sick as well, wouldn't it? If you had to down a pint of something. Okay, well, that's me.
Congratulations, that was well done. I approve of that.
I'm determined not to lose this week, so I'm going to be tactical. Okay.
All right.
You introduce the theme, and then I want you to go first. I've got reasons. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be continuing to beat the Corona Blues with top places to visit, top 100 places to visit in Korea. We've chosen a new place every weekend, 2 places, and we're going to, of course, be battling it out. And we're going to be going to get a little bit of, I guess, history and relaxation can be a focus of this week's a little bit. As we're going to be going to 2 different places. Mine is going to be in Gyeongju. It is Seokguram and Bulguksa. We'll talk about that in a second, of course. And you're going to be going to Andong.
Yes, and Hahoe village in particular. Yes, so this is a real cultural kind of traditional tour that you can take with mine or Alex's destination. And we're going to start further away, down in Gyeongju.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter the distance because you're traveling to get out to experience culture, so let's not make distance an issue today. We're going to be going to Gyeongju first, and if anyone's a fan of the Reply series, you may remember in the Reply 1988, in that series, we had a trip to Gyeongju.
Oh, was it a school trip?
It was a school trip because this is kind of like the quintessential school trip for all Korean students. Like in America, it might be, I don't know, Washington, D.C. if you're close enough.
Yeah.
Each country has their own destination for a field trip. But Gyeongju is the trip because it's historical. It's kind of nice. It gets you out of the city if you're not from there.
Sure, you can maybe spend a night or 2 down there with your fellow students as well.
Yeah, and it was really sweet scenes. I remember the main characters going down there and just having a nice, awkward time being teenagers.
I think there was a singing contest as part of that, wasn't there?
That was the singing contest,
Yeah.
Great series, by the way. 88 might be my favorite, but I don't know. I mean, either way, all the replies are great. And this is where we're going. So if you've seen it, you kind of know where we're going.
All right, you kind of know Gyeongju already, but it really is the hub of history. Like, Seoul's got a few cool things. Some of the fortress wall is still intact, but there's a lot that is intact down in Gyeongju, I feel.
Yeah, and when you get to the city, you realize that right away. It's not like a high-rise type of city. It's much smaller than Seoul and Busan and all the big cities out there.
Yeah.
And you get out there and you can do so many things. We're going to be focusing on Sokguram, and we're going to be going to Bulguksa Temple. So they're together. We'll talk about that in a second. These were both added to the UNESCO World Heritage List together in 95. So you know what's important? You know you got to go there.
Sure, it's on the UNESCO list after all.
So let's go to it. First of all, we'll start off with the bigger thing, I guess, the Bulguksa Temple. Do you know what Bulguksa stands for?
Bulguksa. Bulgyo is Buddhism. Is it something to do with that?
Yes. So what's guk in? It's not soup. What's the other one?
Like the country?
There you go.
Hanguk? Oh, really?
The country of Buddha.
Oh, that's
temple.
And Sa means temple.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's interesting.
So this is one of the most famous and picturesque temples in all of Korea. It's very impressive and it's considered a masterpiece of Buddhist art. Built in the 8th century during the Shilla Kingdom, although I believe there was a first one that had been built in 528 AD. So the outside surrounded by amazing gardens and pine trees. The inside is fine woodwork that is really why a lot of people have kind of put that into that sort of cultural importance of what you can see. So you can see a whole bunch of the Bodhisattva, the culture, the disciples. There are 40 Buddhist statues in the grotto we'll talk about next. Oh, by the way,
yes,
I should mention, if you see the 10 won coin, the 10 won piece, you see the dabo top, which is the kind of, I don't know what to call
pagoda.
The pagoda structure.
Is that from here?
That's from here. So, I mean, this is kind of important if you haven't noticed.
It's on the coin.
It's on the, if you're on the coin...
You're a big deal, aren't you?
You're a big deal.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest temples, right? Of course, it's been like brushed up over the years, but to have that kind of history is pretty awesome. We'll get to the grotto after a song break, and then I'll get on to my destination, much closer, very traditional and beautiful. We've even got a river, a bit of water with mine. Sophie's request, though, to get us to that. This is Chan Hyun with Any More featuring Big One. We're back for part 2 of What's Up Weekend with Alex in the studio, battling off with 2 very traditional historical sites today, Gyeongju and Andong Hahoe Village. Got a few messages to read. Aaron saying, ooh, the temples down in Gyeongju. Yeah, I must correct Aaron, not in Gwangju, Gyeongju. Gyeongju is that real historical hub, right?
Gwangju is also a great place, but Gyeongju today.
Yeah, very different Gwangju. That's where the uprising was, and the film, I think, Taxi Driver was centered around. You got another one from Kev?
Yeah, Kevin said, when I was in high school, our big class trip was to New York City, which from Massachusetts is a long day trip. We climbed the Statue of Liberty and went up one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow. So is that what you do? I guess, yeah, for many Brits, it would be going to London and the big museums like the British Museum, the National Portrait Gallery. And yeah, I hadn't thought of that because I lived in London and went to school there. If you're from another city, that would be a very long day. Like you probably set off about 7 a.m., get home about 7 p.m.
Yeah. We were going to go to Washington, D.C., but they made us choose between 2 of them for budget reasons. They were like, you can either do Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Or you can do ski club for 6 weeks.
Oh, ski club sounds fun.
We chose ski club. Yeah, I did snowboarding. That was my that was great.
Yeah, Washington's great at everything, but snowboarding, come on, that's super cool.
You can't snowboard down the Lincoln Memorial Steps. That's just weird.
Asking young kids that, I don't think that's good. No one's going to choose the culture over that. We've got Siska saying, you mentioned Andong. I know about the jimdak from there, the very famous, delicious chicken braised with noodles, a bit spicy. You're right, famous from my choice today, right?
Yes, Peter's choice.
And edible anywhere, actually. You can eat it in Seoul, of course. They do sell it here, there, and probably in Gyeongju.
Well, let me try and bring us back if it's okay. Do you have any more messages before I take the victory?
Go on, bring it back.
All right, so we were at Bulguksa Temple, the country of Buddha temple. See, I'm giving you knowledge here, too. You got to give me points for that.
Okay.
And here, we're going to also go into the Sokguram Grotto, which is a part of the complex, the temple complex. What's cool about this, though, is we just talked about it before the beginning of the show. You didn't even realize I slipped it in earlier.
What?
The grotto overlooks the East Sea, the ocean, the beauty. It's 750 meters above sea level.
Wow.
And why is that cool? Because you can see the sunrise over the sea when you are near Buddha's perch, where he's seated.
You can see out to the actual ocean.
I'm just saying, you can see the sunrise in the ocean.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
It's a big bonus right there. This is where all those sculptures I mentioned earlier, 40 Buddhist statues, including the bodhisattvas and disciples, they're carved within the surrounding wall areas. Only 38 of them actually remain. But this is a white granite cave. I mean, you're in like a man-made, artificially constructed cave.
The photos are amazing. Please look this up. Sokguram, spelled Seokguram, and go to the images. It kind of reminds me of some of the tombs and crypts in Rome or places like Paris. It's got this interesting kind of spooky vibe almost, the way it's lit up in there. I like it.
So if you want to get not only the historical experience, the cultural experience, but also really get a beautiful view of the ocean that you've been missing for the last, what are we on, 15 months now? 14 months? This is where you want to go. We're going to Gyeongju, everyone. Okay. Later on, vote number 1.
All right. Well, we'll see about that.
We will. We will see about that.
You have to be fair, though, listeners, and listen to what I have to say, okay?
Or you don't. Just,
tune out, turn over, turn on a song. No, that's not allowed.
That's not allowed either.
We're going to Andong, and we're going to Hahoe village, which is probably, arguably, the most famous folk village in Korea. I'm talking about actual folk village, right?
It's always in the Korean textbooks. What are you doing this weekend? We're going to Hahoe village.
It is another school trip destination, as Alex says. And if you're going to argue that you can see the sea, well, where does the sea come from? It comes from rivers. So without the river that runs around Hahoe village, which I believe is the Nakdonggang River, you would have no sea, right? So I'm getting you there early in the steps here. And
you don't get to see the final product. That's all he's saying.
And do you know, you asked for a point for educating about the name of the temple.
Which
and
is
what it
good.
means.
I like this, so.
What does Hahoe village mean? Any idea there?
So Sangche Hahoe, it means bottom. So Ha means bottom of the river probably, and Hue means fish. Meeting. Well, it's a meeting place.
Nearly. Our producer is in stitches saying no. Ha is actually short for river in this case, from an old character. Hue, we would know, like if you think of Hwaejongmongma, the little merry-go-round. Hue means to kind of turn around, to come back.
Oh, 좌회전, 우회전, turn, left, turn, right.
I suppose that would be the same character. So it literally means river and turn, because the river, if you look at the aerial shot of the village, it kind of struts out into an S-shaped bend of the river. It's beautiful the way it is located. I went there when I was about 7 years old, and just outside the village, along the banks of the river, it's sandy. So, yeah, if you want the beach, this is a river beach. And we went in the summer when it was blistering hot, played in the water. It was beautiful. That's just a side thing, because it's all about a village where the Liu family lived for, I think, 600 years. It's a long time.
That's longer than most countries survive. Even France, has never been one France like that. They usually have a revolution before 600 years.
Absolutely. And so a lot of the houses are still intact with tiled roofs, but also, maybe a bit less common, you might not know this about Hanok if you've not studied it too deeply, the thatched roofs were a big thing. They don't stand the test of time as well, but there are many thatched roofed examples in Hahoe village, and it's all the old Hanoks laid out like we went to the folk village last week with Alex. This is the real deal, right? The actual houses in their original location. And I remember going down to the river, and then we took a walk into the village, and you can take a stroll around, and it looked like you had been transported in time. Until you looked down to your Reebok pump sneakers, you thought you were about 600 years back in the past.
You were cool back in the day. You had those.
I did, yeah. I had 2 pairs, in fact, Alice. Sorry to make you jealous, but you should vote for the cool kid, right? Everyone out there.
No. Vote for the underdog.
The amazing thing is, this is shown off to foreign dignitaries as well. So a link to the UK, Queen Elizabeth visited, it was back in the the 90s, I believe. And she did a little sign on a roof tile and they put it on the roof of one of the buildings so you can go and see it, right? They showed it off to George Bush as well, I think in 2005. So this is the place they take the VVIPs. This is where I'm taking our listeners who are also VVIPs, in my opinion.
I mean, that's your opinion. But again, if you want to be like a real Korean student, like I was, the first place I ever visited in Korea outside of Seoul was Gyeongju.
Oh, was it really?
In 2008 when I came with my school trip because my professor was like, we need to get outside of Seoul. He's Korean. He said, we'll take you to Gyeongju. So, you know, there's a VVIP and then there's the common working man like me. Like us. Are you the common working man out there?
I hope we have more VIPs and nobility listening. The other thing that Andong is famous for, yes, the jimtak that we talked about earlier, but that's not necessarily linked to Hahoe village. I don't know if they have any jimtak restaurants there, but it's the Hahoe masks, which Andong is very famous for, and they have the mask dance festival there every year.
Yep.
Those wooden carved masks, which can look a little scary. When I was a little kid and I saw those, I was like, oh dear. But some of them are meant to be laughing, but it's just the way they're done. They can look a bit haunting, but that's a kind of unique culture to that area of Korea and a great souvenir to take home as well.
Yeah.
No arguments, right?
No, I mean, this is a harder one because it's hard to like knock both of these. Like, because it's like, your place is terrible. Why? I don't know.
This is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it really is splitting hairs today, I feel
like we're going based on not me or you. It's just, what do you want to do? Do you want to do a village or a temple? And they're both historical. They're both nice. It's going to be a tough one.
If you like traveling long distances
stop with that.
Getting car sick, then vote for
Or
Alex.
seeing the whole country of Korea as you pass. And you get to stop by a rest stop. And okay, numbers. Number 1 is Gyeongju, going down to the temple.
Yep.
Number 2, we're going to go to the village down in Andong.
Andong is also pretty far from Seoul. I remember when I went on a bus about 5-6 years ago, it still took a good 2.5, maybe even 3 hours. It's close to Uiseong and Gumi as well. And you got to go maybe an hour or two further down to Gyeongju, which is close to Ulsan and Pohang, right? Okay, so yeah, 1 for Alex, 2 for me. Remember, I've lost a couple of weeks in a row.
No,
sympathy votes, please.
Someone here had to be sick for 14 days, all right? There's no sympathy here.
Here's a song request from Faz. That's a good argument. From Malaysia, we got Hoya next with All Eyes on Me. This is how sympathetic they are. You know, if someone's in need, they will come and will help them out in a bind.
You should not be voting for...
Nothing to do with the votes. I'm just saying in general, you know, totally, Alex. Keep on voting.
No sympathy votes, Peter. No sympathy votes.
Number 1 for Alex.
We don't have a punishment yet, by the way.
Yes, that's true. And Gyeongju. And number 2 for Peter and Andong. It's very traditional. It's very historical. I'm feeling something maybe historical drama related.
Okay.
Aimlita sent in Andong Hahoe village, like a place for Saguk dramas, is it? Yeah, I think they do film there as well from time to time because it's a whole village and it can look like a big set.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we could do something like, there are filters, I believe, on some apps which will turn you into like a Joseon Dynasty king.
Ooh.
And maybe we could say how much we love the other person. Yeah, how much they deserve to win and kind of grovel to them.
Of course.
With one of those filters.
All
Sounds
right.
like a good one?
I'm down.
Okie dokie. You got some messages?
Yeah, I do want to say quick shout outs to Samantha said hi to us earlier. Also to Brazil.
Okay, the whole of Brazil.
All of Brazil. I'm saying hello to the all of Brazil. And even from Ecuador, we have listeners all over the world. I love that part of it.
Vote for number 2, Ecuador and Brazil, please.
Number 1 for Alex. Thank you very much. Darcy said, my school trips were museums and once to Six Flags. Excuse me. To a theme park.
Wow. Wait, I'm trying to think in the UK, did we ever go to a theme park?
We did. Because those are big deals in the US, like really big ones. We had one in Ohio, used to always have the biggest, the fastest roller coasters. Like every year there'd be, the fastest would be here.
In the whole of the States?
In the whole of the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they would build a bigger one in Singapore, so ours would build a faster one. Like, it would be like a back and forth battle. But those trips were awesome.
Oh, that sounds amazing, yeah. Aaron Humphrey says, Alex had me at the beginning, but after Peter talked about the Hahoe village more, I think I'm going to have to vote for Pete.
You don't have to do anything. You can vote your heart and vote for Alex.
You know, just go with what you wrote, Aaron. Stick to your words. You don't want to be flip-flopping.
You're allowed to flip-flop until the end.
You absolutely are. And also Raul, because you didn't shout out Argentina, says I vote number 2.
Argentina, I love you, Sarang.
Maybe singing something from the Evita soundtrack that Madonna did, Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, might help.
Those are the only words I know from it, though.
Yeah, me too.
Steve said, I remember visiting this UNESCO site shortly after an earthquake, and a news crew was broadcasting there. That was like the Ulsan, Pohang, that area had that earthquake.
Oh, so
5 point something.
I think was affected as well. Yeah. Oh, wow. So you must have been, what was that, about a year and a half ago? Something like that when we had a couple of earthquakes?
A year ago, nothing happened except the COVID.
Corona, yeah.
So it was more than a year ago. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, Steve. I think it was affecting the Sunung test that year. So it must have been, you're right.
Maybe
probably
it was a year and a half.
18 months. Yeah. We've also got a vote from Darcy. Saying thank you, Peter. I'm going to vote for you.
I read your message. How can you do this to me?
Josh says, which locations are closest to the Andong Dam? That would help me vote.
Gosh.
I'm not familiar with that dam, but it must be Andong, so I know who you should vote for.
And it's such a dangerous place, I've heard. So much water and fish that are going to bite your feet.
Brian has flip-flopped. He accidentally voted for 1 and said he's coming over to Peter. Thank you for encouraging voters to change, Alex. It's very gracious of you.
Samantha, thank you for your vote.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you brought that in.
Oh, has she voted on VLive?
Yeah.
I'll remember that, Samantha. I do hold grudges. Let's big up one another's then.
All right.
Gyeongju, my friend's mum is a teacher, or was a teacher when I was growing up. So every summer, she would take us to the places that she thought were most important in Korea. And when we went down to Gyeongju, I'll admit it, she said, this is the culturally and historically most important place in Korea. You'll learn about the early days of the kingdom, like before even the Joseon dynasty, right? It's got some of the longest history. We didn't even mention the mounds, the tombs, right? And like you said, it's not a high-rise city, so you can often drive near a park that has the tombs in, still intact.
Yeah.
And that's where people are buried. And some of them, I believe, are open to go and check out as well. It's quite unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with Gyeongju, but you do go to these smaller cities and even like the areas around the Hahoe village, and you get, I think the food culture there is so nice. Like, it's really fresh food, especially, in Andong, part of the reason, like, Chimdak is really popular there. It's fresh, it's delicious. I like the restaurant styles, sitting down. You get, I think sometimes, again, nothing against Gyeongju here, but when you go to places like Jeonju or Andong, you sort of get to live in Korea's history.
Yes.
Like, Gyeongju, you get to see Korean's history, and of course you see it in both places, but you really get to feel it when you're in these villages, when you're in Hahoe village, when you're in the village at Jeonju, the Hanok village. So, that's really nice too. I can't argue.
There you go. And I would say as well, Jeonju's great if you want convenience and you want to feel
what's great?
Jeonju, if you want convenience and modernity. But Andong Hahoe village is really the old school. Like, they're kind of dirt roads between all the houses.
You get to live in history.
Yeah, there's mountains in the background. There's fields surrounding it. It's a tiny place. So if you really want to have that vibe, vote for me, number 2, bish bash bosh.
It sounded like you just made it all about...
I did somehow, didn't I? I'm sorry. Although Ichigo Gang says, I vote for Alex, especially because you were off sick. So you got one sympathy vote.
I appreciate that.
Didn't you say we shouldn't count sympathy votes?
Well, it depends on who they're voting for.
Okie dokie. Yes, Stacey Wiley has said, I vote for Alex. Sorry, Peter, you are the best. Then she retracted that message and deleted it from YouTube and said, I'm sorry, Alex, I'm going to flip-flop as well because you've encouraged it.
No! No.
Okay, drum roll, please. Who is today's winner? It's very close this week, and by about double the amount of votes, it's Peter. Well done, Peter. Oh, thank you very much, Peter. Alex, sorry, you've come out on the bottom today.
No, you crickets in the background show that no one cared. No one cares.
So I'm going to send you a link to that filter.
All right, good.
And I want you to act your best kind of Joseon Dynasty prince or king voice.
Oh, can I do it in English, though?
Yes.
I'll use an old-fashioned voice, but
Absolutely.
I'm not sure how to...
Do it all in Korean.
I don't know how to do that as well.
I'm not good with that either. So we can have that for next week, and we'll be back with another battle between another two destinations in this top 100 list, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to keep that going until the end of this season. Especially with COVID, we have to reiterate, we're not telling you to go there now.
No.
We're telling you to go there after COVID's over, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, this list is valid, I think, till 2022.
No, this list is valid forever. You should go to these places to the end of time if you can.
Absolutely. Any good plans for the weekend? Speaking of What's Up Weekend, Alex?
I've been practicing because our band has to go on to do a YouTube performance. Wow. Not live, but it'll be recorded, and so I'll keep you updated when that comes out.
Is it being recorded this weekend?
We're doing it this weekend, yeah.
Good luck, and I can't wait to see it, Alex. Have a good one, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
No, we're going to play your song request. This is actually Huyin from Mamamoo's version of Saji Won's track that we played in our number one, linked to Yesterday Today, Ne Numul Moa with My Tears. See what you think about Huyin's version.